Trade reg doesn't even cover it. How out of I just want to know who's sitting in the White House or at, the DNC headquarters going, Donald Trump got 100,000 people in New Jersey. He's got the Bronx 30,000. He's got a little black kid in Harlem shouting, "We love you, Trump." So what do? Oh, yeah, let's get that old white dude from Hollywood. He'll save the campaign. This is the perfect moment, tells you everything you need to know about what the Democrat Party have become. It is the bi-coastal elites party. That's why you have, who was it? One of the Newsmax reporters outside the courtroom 3 weeks ago asked that construction worker, do you have any message for Joe Biden? And I can't repeat what he said without you guys having to bleep it out. But yeah, this is a farrago. What's happening inside the courtroom is just an attempt to steal the election before the first ballot is ever cast. And this idea that they switch the order of who talks before the jury, so the prosecution goes last, and then yesterday the judge says to the defense team, you better not give any explanations about the law to the jury because that's my job. Oh, really? Is that how that works now inside America's legal system?
Yeah, I think you're right about, the Democrats and Joe Biden becoming desperate. Many reports this week saying the Dems are freaking out right now. They're seeing how much coverage is being given to Trump in this trial. That's why they showed up there in the first place, just to get themselves on TV in a different light as well. And they bring in Bob De Niro trying to garner up some attention. But I just don't think it's working. And I don't think it's delivering the right message, especially the entire time when he's being heckled. There's a car alarm going off. I don't think they accomplished anything yesterday.
Yeah, it's very telling that yesterday morning you had that article in Politico of all places, using the phrase freaking out, that the Democrats are freaking out. Well, they should be. Why? Look at all the polling. 5 out of the 6 battleground states, President Trump is absolutely trouncing the incumbent. He's got now the majority. He's got more Hispanic support than Joe Biden does. And if the figures for black voting in America, I'll be doing a whole segment on this on my Sunday show, the Gorka Reality Check. If the support propensity for President Trump is really hitting 28-30% in the black population, that's it. The Dems are done. If the black American community is coming off the woke left-wing political plantation in the figures of the high 20s or low 30s, then this is going to be a cakewalk for President Trump, and he strolls back into the White House next January.
Yeah, no Republicans ever had numbers like that. The New York Times has got Trump with 24% right now with African Americans, which is just an unheard of number. Joe Biden, by the way, has lost 20 percentage points between 2024 and 2020. Yeah. Dr. Gorka, just back to that Politico report, and there's another report this morning about the freakout happening at the White House over Joe Biden as the candidate. Nearly 5 months from the election, anxiety has morphed into palpable trepidation, and the gap between what Democrats will say on TV or in print and what they'll text their friends and say in private has only grown as worries have surged about Biden's prospects. So it sounds like Democrats are panicking, but nobody besides maybe James Carville wants to say the quiet part out loud. Do you think that will continue on?
Well, all I know is that somebody in the lamestream lying legacy media found their thesaurus. Palpable trepidation. How impressive. Will it continue? This is the kind of delicious catch-22 they have themselves in. They've got an old man who's cognitively impaired, who's been a career politician for 50 years, who's collapsing in the polls, with a wife who doesn't want to leave the White House, and then a vice president. Let's not forget, how much support did Kamala Harris get in the Democrat primaries 5 years ago? 2%. 2%. So if they convince Jill to say, hey, Joe's not going to win, if he steps down, how do they hop, skip, and jump over the black female diversity hire? How do they parachute in a Gruesome Newsom or a Pete Buttigieg? They're stuck. They can do some shenanigans at the convention with superdelegates like Hillary did with Bernie, but at the end of the day, they're going to be in a big mess thanks to their own diversity hire policy.